From stealing spell cards, to tasty meals, and jealous yokai. And we talk about her here. Okay, actually we are, but it's not just her either. Hello, Magi here, and welcome back to another episode of Interesting Touhou Facts. The series where I talk about facts from Touhou that I find either fun, unusual, or simply interesting. So without further ado, let's begin the Interesting Touhou Facts number 39. Number 5. So whenever you think of thieves, I'm sure you're going to assume Marissa, which I don't blame ya. She's got a reputation for that. But there's someone who can actually compete with Marissa's thievery. A lovely Satori named Satori. Again, why she's named after her species is beyond me, but whatever. It's subterranean. With the exception of her first spell card, the rest of her kit are based on, if not bloody stolen from other players' partners. I mean, let's go to her spell card page. So you deal with either terrible, souvenir, or terrifying hypnotism, depending on the difficulty. After that though, shit gets real with the amount of spell cards she's stolen from the girls. I mean, bloody hell! While Marissa is stealing your precious thing, Satori is stealing your precious spell cards. Number 4. If you ever browse the site for fan artwork, you may have noticed Yugi with this kimono. You might have asked where this came from, as her official artwork definitely did not show her wearing a kimono at all. The dress was first used in an unofficial promotional flyer for Subterranean by Alphs. For those who don't know, Alphs is a member of Twilight Frontier, the person who draws for the characters in the Touhou fighting spin-off. Alph is known to draw characters with a large chest. If you play Hopeless Masquerade and go to the Human Village stage, you'll see her with Suika with the same dress as the promotional flyer. And since this is in Hopeless, which is an official game, that will make the dress Yugi and even Suika wear canon. Looks like Alph was able to make the dress work after all. Number 3. Did you know that Yarormyr came to the surface at one point to try and enter the Miyurin temple? That sounds cool, but the shocker was that Byakuren denied her entrance. Now you may be asking, why would you do that, Byakuren? Dick move there, I know. But it seems Byakuren had good reasons. Yarormyr didn't come to Byakuren's temple to learn the ways of the Buddhists. Oh no. Yarormyr explains that the worried people that come to the temple looks delicious. Oh boy. I can see why Byakuren didn't allow you to step into the temple. While Byakuren's cool with many people, I highly doubt she would want her followers to become a meal for Yarormyr. Or at least I'd hope so anyway. Number 2. In the last episode, we talked about Ik's ability to read the mood. Not a bad ability, mind you, just an unusual one. This time we're going to be covering another one of hers. Her ability is to borrow the dragon's power, and I gotta admit, that sounds pretty cool. According to Aya, Ik, and possibly the other messengers from the Dragon Palace, can borrow a bit of the dragon god's power. Since the dragon is known, among other things, for its power to cause rainfall, lightning, and thunderstorms, this may be what allows Ik to cause and manipulate lightning on her own. Additionally, in one interpretation, it might well be that reading the atmosphere is reading the flow of air and the ability to manipulate it. In actuality, the reason she was able to sense earthquakes was due to looking at the conditions of the scarlet clouds and reading the potence of earthquakes. Now that we know how Ik got in her thunder power, the question is, how did disco become a necessity as well when it comes to unleashing her spells? Maybe she watched Saturday Night Fever and decided to copy some of it. Who knows? Number 1. In the beginning, I mentioned jealous yokai. We're no doubt going to be talking about Parsi, but there's something else I want to be discussing about once we reach that point. Now, Parsi has the ability of manipulation of jealousy. No surprises there. It is an ability from the legend of a Hashihime. As a yokai who can be called the very embodiment of jealousy, she is able to manipulate those feelings in others. In relation to humans, it is a dreadful ability that can easily destroy them. Shit, that sounds intense. She lives off of seeing the lives of those she introduces jealousy into being destroyed by it. Holy fuck, calm down there, Parsi. This may be the reason why she was sealed underground. She herself is deep in her own jealousy. Clearly, if she's fine watching people being destroyed by jealousy. This fact mentioned about the Hashihime, which I feel would be a good time to talk about in case you didn't know. The Hashihime is a mythical yokai that appears in various Japanese texts, most notably the Tale of Hiki. After her husband left her and married another woman, the jealous and enraged Hashihime prays to the gods for revenge. A priest tells her away. She has to dress herself in red and paint her face with the same color. Her hair arranged with 7 loops and crowned with a burning brazier. Then spend 21 days under the Yuji bridge while holding a metal rod. Man, that's some weird ass requirements. What happened to the good old days of sacrificing an animal instead? Anyway, so deep was her rage and jealousy that she actually did the entire process, becoming a vengeful yokai driven by jealousy that only appears in the vicinity of bridges that crosses over water. She appears to loving couples, threatening to kill them both unless they break up right there and then. There's also a famous Noe play about this mythological creature. Well, I can easily see Parsi doing the same thing. Jealousy does tend to make people do some crazy shit. I mean, look at what that woman did! But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this episode. Which facts were your favorite? Do you think Satori should roam Gensoku and borrow a few of the girls' spell cards? Would you have preferred to see Yugi in her regular outfit or her kimono in Subterranean? Or are you going to avoid bridges, going over water, with your date in the future to avoid the Hashihime? Fuck it. That shit is way too specific to be considered scary in any form. If you guys enjoyed this video, please give it a like and subscribe. Or Yamame might come to my place because she thinks I'm tasty, which I will say I'm not. Either way, this is Magi and thanks again for watching.